Hi there viewers, welcome back. This last half an hour is dedicated to your text messages and your emails. So we are live, so please do feel encouraged to send in your text messages and your emails into the show. Details on screen now. We've just covered the raw food diet, the 80-10-10 diet. So if you have any questions about that subject or any other subject, we've got lovely Felicity here with us to answer all the questions.
Okay.
Felicity, we just had a viewer who called into the office earlier this morning, Julia Jackson. She wanted to know, should we swallow coconut oil or spit it out?
Well, you do both, Julia. There's two different things here. You can do the oil swilling, which we've talked about in a program earlier and shown clips about the oil swilling, and Philip covered that last night, which is probably what has inspired you to write in now or to phone in now. And the oil swilling is the most amazing way of clearing the bacteria from the mouth, also the sinuses, because the ear, nose and throat are all connected inside, as you know. So when we oil swill, this is literally washing it through the mouth for 15 minutes. So you're not going to be speaking during this time. When you do that, you actually drain all the bacteria, the viruses, the fungus in the mouth, because our mouths are really very polluted, and it's a big cause of heart disease and cancer and diabetes and everything else. So when we actually swill, obviously over the 15 minutes or 20 minutes, and Philip does this every morning, so do I, you have to spit that out, because that has then collected all the contaminants. And so you spit that out into either down the loo, or certainly not the basin, because it'll clog the basin up, or you just spit it out into a tissue and throw the tissue away, because that is really contaminated. So there's no way you would swallow that amount of the coconut oil. The other thing you can do is actually take it, so you can spoon it out if it's hard, if it's cold in your fridge or in your bedroom that's cold. You spoon it out, it's a hard white liquid, tastes fine, you just spoon it in and swallow it. Or you can have it in a warm area and then add it to your juices, or put it on your salads, put it on your vegetables, and it's delicious. So there's two ways of taking the coconut oil.
Excellent, thank you, Felicity. Julie, I hope that's answered your question. Just explain to our viewers the other benefits of coconut oil.
Oh my goodness, well, you put it on the skin as well, and it really is very healing, and really helps so much. It's an incredible thing on the skin, on the hair, on the nails. I do my hands with it, and it really takes pain out as well. You know, it's an analgesic. And if you have toothache as well, you can put it in the mouth by that tooth, and it will actually, it's like an antiseptic. It's amazing. It's like a nature's antibiotic. Amazing stuff. So you must get some beautiful virgin coconut oil.
Excellent. I spoke to another lovely viewer this week called Natalie Stevens. Hi Natalie, if you're watching. She wanted to know, she's not very mobile, and she wanted to know what would be the best sort of exercise for her.
Well, Natalie, the thing is, if you're bed bound, you know, you can actually bounce on the side of the bed. You just want to you want to stretch your legs, stretch your arms, do what you can, and really that is going to be so good for the whole body. If you can get out of bed, you just want to walk gently. You want to do the rebounder that I've talked about, and we've had a clip of that as well on another occasion. So the rebounder is like a mini trampoline, and that will actually, if you can't get out for a proper walk or exercise, you can actually bounce at home, and that moves the circulation, it moves the lymph system, and will be a tremendous help to your whole immune system.
Excellent. Felicity, do you have some emails from viewers?
Yes, I do. I've got one here from Alistair. Hello, Alistair. He says, I watch the live shows on Rev TV every Friday, and I've been following your advice on eating healthy living foods. And I'm now at my ideal weight after losing 1.5 stone in 9 months. On the whole, I feel great, more energy, feel and look younger, feel 25 rather than my actual age of 45. Well, that's great news, Alistair. My only worry is the mercury amalgam fillings in my mouth. I've had a chronic neuropathic pain and lots of pain since I was 17 years old, around the same time that the dentist started putting mercury amalgams in my mouth. I'm convinced the amalgams are the source and continued reason for my sickening, twisted, electric and chronic pain. Thank you in advance for advice. Looking forward to seeing you and Si on today's show. So there you are. Hi, Alistair.
Hi, Alistair.
Right. So really good news that you've lost the weight. You're feeling so much better and energetic. And yeah, the mercury fillings are a real source of great contamination, pollution in the body. And what you need to find is a biological dentist who is trained in this and can take them out for you, because they're actually causing him, he says, an electric pain. Now that's like the trigeminal pain. That's really serious. And if that is the reason, and he believes it is, and he's had it for years, you know, he's 45 now, he's had it since 17. Wow. And it started when he had those amalgams put in. So certainly you have a look at that, Alistair, and let us know how you get on.
Let's just reiterate as well to our viewers how they can also do their own research as well, with the beauty of the internet today, with technology. And if they are suffering from any specific illness or any other situations in their life, they can just do a Google search and find all the information as well, can't they? Yes,
there is a website of holistic dental surgeons who are all over the UK, and it's becoming more and more popular now, and I think people are getting more educated about it. You know, they realize that these are causing a problem. In most of Scandinavia, they're not allowed to put amalgams in people's mouths anymore.
Okay, let's just go on to the emails. Hi guys, love your program. You're a blessing and have helped me think differently and be more responsible for my health. I have arthritis and fibromyalgia, but I do not take medication that is recommended as it made me ill. I have started juicing and stopped using dairy, and I have started getting fluid around my feet. Doctor gave me fluid tablets. Can you suggest anything I can use naturally?
Well, the best thing to do really is massage the legs coming up from the feet, and massage upwards, and you'll get some lymph drainage if you can from a therapist, and you'll find that that swelling will go away. And just make sure that you've got the juice, you're doing the green juices, you're not getting a lot of sugar, but there's no reason why the juices should give you more swelling in the feet, and that's usually a sign that the heart is not working properly, you're not pumping the blood properly and the lymph around the body. So just go and start off by just putting the feet up a little bit and trying to drain it, and naturally, you know, the lymph system is needing a bit of help to actually get the edema back, get the lymph back and circulating through the body.
Excellent. This is referring to the clips that we played in the first hour. Did Philip Day last night not mention that we should have no more than 2 pieces of fruit a day?
Yes, he did say that, and that is ideal. If you've got cancer, you shouldn't even have 2 fruits a day. So we're talking here about athletes who are really fit, who are choosing to do it with the fruit and the vegetables. I personally would not have so much fruit, but I do have some fruit in my diet, and that satisfies my sweet cravings, so I no longer crave for chocolate and biscuits and cakes and all the things that usually tempt us. So you have to take this with an intelligent view as to why you're doing it. If you're fighting cancer, maybe you shouldn't have any sugar at all and no fruit at all. If you were at the Hippocrates Health Institute, you certainly would not be allowed any fruit at all until you were well, which might take months.
Can we just reiterate as well to our viewers, because it's a delicate subject about health, some of our viewers who are watching might think I'm going to go drastic and stop my medication, go on the raw food diet. How important is it for them to speak with their doctors before making any changes like that?
Well, when you've been on medication, your body has changed, you're full of chemicals, and so you have to very gently work with your doctor as a team or doctor or a naturopath, somebody who knows what they're doing, is trained in nutrition, because sadly a lot of doctors are not trained in nutrition and just hand out the pills. So you have to be intelligent about it, research all this, and make sure that you come off medication gently.
Okay, great. Hi guys, I've been told that I have cholesterol that is up to 6.06. Would it be better to have Manuka honey or agave nectar?
Well, as Philip was saying, are you going to have cocaine or heroin? You know, the thing is, you're addicted to sugar, and really you want to come off both. The agave is better than the real honey, of course, but be careful, because you are addicted to the sugar when you have that feeling that you really need to have one of these things. If you go on to dates as a sweetener, that is not quite as bad, but be careful of it anyway.
Okay, hi Felicity and Cyrus. Philip mentioned yesterday that supermarket produce is irradiated, excuse me, to kill bugs. Is the same true of supermarkets' organic produce?
I don't know. I don't know what the supermarkets get up to, and I wouldn't dare to suggest what is going on. But I think you have to be careful, and so if you go to shop at a farmer's market like I do, and you know the people who you're buying from, then that's really the only way, apart from growing the stuff yourself. And you know, again, we're doing programs on how to grow the vegetables ourselves, and then you do know what's happened to them. So that's really the safest way to go.
And like we always ask, how easy is it to grow our own vegetables, Felicity?
Yeah, it's quite easy, and you can do it hydroponically inside, as long as you have some sunshine coming in through windows, or you can, you know, do it in a window box, or get a little plot of land. You know, the people have the allotments. Mm-hmm. My cousin has an allotment. She's grown her own vegetables and fruit for years, and that's a sensible thing to do. And do you remember a few weeks ago we talked about a community in America where they're actually all getting together and growing their own, and they've bought some land, and then they decide what they will grow, so they're not all growing the same thing, and then they can trade the vegetables and the fruits amongst themselves, and if there's any excess, then they can actually sell it, which is wonderful. And Katrina, the girl who we had a couple of weeks ago, she started this great cooperative in America, in Texas, and she started with 12 girlfriends in her living room, and they decided it was a good idea to do, and now it's spread amazingly, and they're selling this produce, and you know, sending the boxes out to people who can't even get to the farm where they are. But it is amazing, and I think people are really coming around more and more to realizing that, you know, it's wake-up time. We've got to look after ourselves. We've got to provide for our families, and it's fun to watch things grow.
I was going to say, because when you grow your own fruits and vegetables, it's just another way of getting the children involved and encouraging them to also eat healthy, isn't it?
It's absolutely ideal, and that's the way to go. The children love it. They love to see things grow, and then they love to eat the things that they've actually grown themselves.
That's it. Fantastic. Okay. Good morning to you both. What can I take for gallstone?
Oh my goodness, the gallbladder. Yeah, that can be such a problem for people. And if you have, it's really to do with fats, and you've got to get onto the right fats and eliminate all the bad fats from your diet. If you have persistent problems with the gallbladder, then maybe the thing is to have it out. It depends what age you are and how long you've been having gallbladder problems. But it is an ongoing problem, and it produces all kinds of symptoms. Yeah.
Okay. Tyrone is asking, I want to start having shakes with greens in them, which will make me feel more energized. Can you please advise on the best ingredients?
Well, if you really want energy, you go for the vegetables, go for the green shakes. The shake just means that it's blended instead of being juiced. So a lot of people just blend. I particularly prefer the juices because I like it to be a pure a nice juice that I can just drink down. I don't like all the bits in it. And if you're going to blend, you get more bits. But then some people prefer that because they feel it's more of a substantial juice. But certainly he should get on to God's diet, yes.
Okay, talking about juicing. My husband is not happy about spending on a juicer. However, we do have a food processor and a blender. How can I make best use of these?
Well, then you can blend, and if you really want to have a juice, what you have to do is get some muslin and squash, the very messy business, squash the blended stuff through, and of course you will juice it. But it's very, very time consuming, and it's messy, and I think you have to talk him round into buying a juicer, because they've got all different prices. You know, Holistic Research, which is the company who supply me, they've got a whole selection of juices at all different prices. And if you think about the price of no longer having the meat, buying meat and fish, those are the expensive things.
Yeah.
And very soon, after, say, 10 weeks of Sunday lunches with roasts, you could certainly have bought a juicer.
And tell him to watch Revelation TV on a Friday afternoon and watch our show, and we'll soon convince him as well.
Or watch on catch-up as well, yes.
Very good, Felicity. And what is our website, Felicity?
Our website is www.revelationtv.com.
Fantastic.
And we're on Facebook and we're on Twitter.
And what else?
All kinds of other things.
Are we on YouTube, Felicity?
I think we are, yes.
Very good.
I'm on YouTube. Are you on YouTube?
I'm sure I am.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Thank you for your dedication. What are the best seeds to eat?
The best seeds?
Seeds.
Oh, pumpkin seeds. They're wonderful. There's masses of different seeds. Just go online and Google seeds that you can have. Of course, the sesame seeds are wonderful. The flax seeds are terrific, and we make the flaxseed crackers. The seeds are lovely because you can put seeds and nuts in with your salads to make them more interesting.
Okay. Is it possible to consume too much honey even though it's organic?
Oh, absolutely, yes. I mean, you've got to be really careful. It is a sugar, and so you have to be careful. When I do the hot drink, which I've just done for my newsletter, as you know, the people who are on my newsletter list, I've suggested this month that you use agave syrup instead of the honey, because agave is, again, it's not an animal product, and honey is an animal product. So, yeah, I like that with the lemon, the honey, the ginger, that lovely hot drink, which is really good at the end of the winter as we are now.
Okay, great. Hetty has sent us an email. Hello, Hetty, how are you? Good morning to you both, and thank you for your wonderful programme. My question is, my fingernails split and tear for the least things and are quite thin. Is there anything to help strengthen them? I have tried nail hardeners, almond oil, etc., but nothing seems to help. I have started juicing.
Well, that's all part of the immune system, Hetty, and when you get right onto the full thing, it will, of course, start to grow better nails. But remember, your nails take some time to grow out, and so you may not notice your nails getting stronger for certainly a month or two. And I find that the coconut oil, when you really massage that into the nails and the beds of the nails, that will be tremendously helpful, and you'll get really strong nails again. The nails are you know, they're like our teeth, and they are the hardest things in our body. And the body will make all the right, it will make beautiful teeth and beautiful nails when we start getting back on God's diet, because that's what we're meant to have. And putting the polish on, of course, stops the nails breathing. You know, nails have to breathe. They're made out of this keratin, but the body needs to breathe. And so when we're actually blanking it off with nail polish, it can be a problem.
Okay. Can you please suggest a diet which will ensure I get enough calcium in my body?
Well, the best calcium in the world is from the green plant. And, you know, we've all been taught this myth that we've got to drink milk and dairy produce, and in fact nothing is further from the truth, because they actually leach the calcium from our bones, because the milk is an acid in the body, dairy is an acid, and so the body looks for some calcium to take to alkalize that acidity, and the nearest place to take it from is the bones. So people end up with osteoporosis. So go on to the green plant, and again at Hippocrates, people will find they grow really healthy on just the green juices and the salads. That's all we have for the time that we're there.
It just covers everything, doesn't it, the green juices and the salads?
Well, it does. I mean, I was amazed because I had had a lot of fruit in my life, and I thought, how am I going to cope without fruit? But in fact, over the weeks that I was there, and I was training for months, I found that I lost that craving for the fruit. I'm back on a little fruit now because I enjoy it. But to be radical, you know, if you're really ill with cancer or heart disease or diabetes, of course, you've got to be radical.
Okay, this is from Denise. I've read that taking apricot kernels are a cure for cancer. Is this true?
Absolutely true, and I'm full of them. I had pancreatic cancer 11 years ago. I was given 6 weeks to 6 months to live at the outside. I was in absolute agony. I was nauseated to the point where I was just being sick all the time, couldn't keep anything down. Read Philip Day's book, Cancer While We're Still Dying to Know the Truth, and my church in London, which I went back to for some prayer. My church in London had a wonderful girl who was a pastor and had been a gastroenterology nursing sister, and she told me the truth. She said, in the natural, there's only one thing that'll heal you, and that's the apricot kernels. And so I had them in the liquid form, which is called latril or amygdalina, and this will actually cure, it will kill the cancer without healing, it kills the cancer cells, but it does not harm healthy cells, unlike chemotherapy. So read Philip Day's book, Cancer While We're Still Dying to Know the Truth, and Ty Bollinger's book, Cancer, Step Outside the Box. Two very good titles and two very good books to read, with all the truth and how this has been suppressed over the years.
Okay. Is there a difference between sweet and bitter apricot kernels? If so, what is the difference?
Well, the difference is that you need the bitter tasting ones, otherwise you're just wasting time. And so you want to go onto www.anticancerinfo.co.uk and speak to Sue Cannon or Karen Kirkpatrick, who will tell you where to access these things in UK.
Okay, Victoria's asking, hi Felicity, God bless to you both. I believe I would like to know if I can get coconut in tablet form or as a herbal tablet.
I don't know about that, but I think that the natural source is always the best. So I'm sure someone will bring out a tablet and make a lot of money out of it, but of course it's a natural product, the coconut, so it can't be patented, thank goodness, so that we still have access to natural things.
Hi there, I'm 48 years old and I have vertigo, dizziness for the last 4 years. What do you suggest?
Well, that's an absolutely miserable thing to have, and I would suggest that you go and check out with an osteopath or a chiropractor that you haven't put a facet joint out in your neck, because I once fell skiing many years ago. I fell on ice over the steps in my ski boots and really cracked the back of my neck, and after that had vertigo really quite badly, couldn't drive the car, it was a nightmare. And the facet joints in the neck can actually twist and cut off the blood supply to the brain, which gives you vertigo and you feel absolutely dreadful. So that's the first thing I would look for. And apart from that, it's your circulation. So go on the get well, stay well diet.
Felicity, sadly we've come towards the end of today's programme.
It goes so
Thank
fast.
you very, very much for joining us today. Thank you to you viewers as well. Sadly, we didn't cover all of your emails today, but if you need to contact Felicity, I believe the details are going to be on screen, or you can visit her website, felicitycorbin-wheeler.org. And I'd like to remind you that we've discussed a number of items today. We've discussed about food, exercise, water and sleep. very important in our day-to-day lives. So I hope you've been encouraged, I hope you've been inspired.